From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Are you one of the millions of Americans hitting the road this Memorial Day weekend? The holiday marks the unofficial start to the summer season, and this year's travel is expected to set a new Memorial Day weekend record, with 39.1 million people traveling by car and 3.66 million traveling by plane. That is according to the American Automobile Association, or AAA. Now, you may have noticed that gas prices are higher this year than last year's holiday. Last year, the national average for a regular gallon of gas on Memorial Day was $3.17. Current pump prices are the highest they've been since the summer of 2022, standing at a national average of $4.55 as of May 20th. However, travel experts suggest that will not deter folks from seeking some downtime. AAA says that travel demand remains strong, and despite higher fuel prices, many people are prioritizing leisure travel during holiday breaks. The association also noted the average flight ticket price is lower than last year, at least for those who booked early. According to AAA, the top 3 domestic destinations for Memorial Day weekend are Orlando, Seattle, and New York, respectively. The top 3 international destinations are Rome, Vancouver, and Paris. Drivers should expect the heaviest congestion on Thursday and Friday between 3 and 6 p.m. and on Monday afternoon. Sunday is expected to be the lightest day for traffic. So, what's the weather going to be like where you might be headed? Well, it seems like the weather for Memorial Day weekend always is a bit touch and go. And this year will be no exception, following a week filled with a risk of severe thunderstorms and searing heat for millions. AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg said that relief from the heat will come at the price of much cooler weather and rain for Memorial Day weekend in the east. Despite that, the rain should be welcomed due to ongoing drought in many areas. In contrast, most of the West, which has been cool relative to historical averages as of late, will experience dry and warm conditions for the weekend. The Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states have endured record early season heat for the first half of the week. Following the arrival of relief midweek, rounds of rain are slated to join the cooler weather over the weekend. Rain arriving via multiple weak storms traveling along a corridor of moisture from the plains to the Atlantic seaboard will impact outdoor plans as early as Friday and continue off and on through the holiday on Monday. Memorial Day, which occurs on the final Monday of May, is the earliest possible date this year since the month ends on a Sunday. Cities like Baltimore, Buffalo, Cleveland, New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and D.C. can expect a chance of rain at almost any point during the 3-day weekend, but much of central and northern New England will be dry Saturday and in some places Sunday. The rain will not be a bad thing in parts of the northern mid-Atlantic, where severe drought conditions are present, threatening agriculture in the region. Accompanying the wet weather will be a bit of a chill, more typical of the middle of April than late May. High temps in the 60s and even 50s will be common, with some interior areas perhaps remaining in the 40s, a temperature that seemed practically unthinkable just a few days ago when it was in the 80s and 90s. Downpours will shelve some holiday plans in the southern part of the country, from the Lone Star State to the Appalachians. For most, the rain will be welcome. The heaviest rain and thunderstorms should be centered from Texas to the Mississippi Valley, and even into parts of the southeast. Rainfall totals of up to 8 inches can occur from Corpus Christi, Texas to Shreveport, Louisiana. East of that area, from Florida north to the Carolinas, the rain will be more intermittent, meaning more opportunities for outdoor plans. Now, this is due to an area of high pressure that is parked off the southeast Atlantic coast, which will also keep much of the southeast warm and humid through the balance of the holiday weekend. The quietest weather of Memorial Day weekend will be across the western half of the nation and into the Midwest. Included in this region is the Southwest, where the hottest conditions of the holiday weekend are expected. High temperatures will approach and even top 100 in the afternoons in Phoenix, while many areas from California's Central Valley and deserts east through parts of Nevada and Utah will reach or exceed 90. While heat is not unusual for this part of the country, even in May, those outdoors for observances should drink plenty of water and take breaks in the shade to avoid heat related illnesses. You should also wear some sunscreen as the sun nears its highest angle of the entire year. An area of high pressure will be the driving force for the warmth and dry weather. Most outdoor activities will go off without a hitch from San Francisco and Los Angeles to Salt Lake City and Denver and points in between. There will be exceptions to the dry weather rule, though. A new storm moving into the Pacific Northwest can bring some rain by Monday to western Washington and Oregon. In the Rockies, daytime heating could allow for thunderstorms to bubble up each afternoon. Meanwhile, some lingering atmospheric energy could result in a few showers in the Midwest each day. That rain chance could impact the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday afternoon. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the free AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, stay weather aware, and I'll be back on Monday with more from AccuWeather.